Riddle. Guess this. Among Azerbaijanis, it is long, while among Armenians and Georgians, it is short. Here's a hint. It can enrich both your personal and professional life, offering engaging and meaningful time with friends and acquaintances, just as people of royal blood once did. And they certainly knew how to have fun. You probably have many guesses by now, from the innocent to the not so innocent, but the right answer is Her Majesty, the game of Backgammon. Assalamu alaikum, this is Finn. Today we'll talk about Backgammon. A bit of history and mysticism, how Backgammon can enrich your resume, why it is so popular among Azerbaijanis, and most importantly, how this game reflects the character and philosophy of a nation. Getty. Backgammon is over 5,000 years old. Even ancient Egyptian pharaohs played something similar. Its birthplace is ancient Persia, where rulers' fates were foretold through the game. According to one version, the game owes its name to the Sassanid dynasty founder. One wise man called the game in his honor after outsmarting Indian scholars who had sent him chess thinking he would not understand how to play. Result, ancient Persians 1, Indians 0. But there is another, even more beautiful legend, and we'll get to that later. The main goal of Nert, that's how we call the game here, is to move all your pieces from one side of the board to the other, according to the rules of movement. Yet everything on the board, including the board itself, holds symbolic meaning. The board, the heaven. The movement of pieces, the movement of the stars. 12 points on each side of the board, 12 months. 4 sections, 4 seasons. 24 spaces, 24 hours of the day. 30 checkers, the days of the months. The dice, from 1 to 6, always totaling 7, the days of the week. Backgammon spread across the greater Middle East, from the Mediterranean to China. It entered Europe through what we might now call cross-cultural exchange. In other words, the Crusades. In Spain and Italy, it was called tablero, tavola reale, correspondingly, which simply means board game. In France, trick-track, from the sound of dice hitting the board. In England, backgammon. In 18th century, after Edwin Hoyle established the rules of short backgammon and gave the game its name. In Azerbaijan, we play long nap, and the game is called also Shesh Besh, from Shesh 6 in Persian and Besh 5 in Turkic. Here, there is no backward moves, as in short backgammon. Each move can change the outcome of the game. That's why backgammon develops decision-making and planning. You must consider both your own and your opponent's moves, concentration, keep the track of pieces and dice rolls, analysis and forecasting, weigh risks and benefits, anticipate moves. So if you know how to play backgammon, feel free to list these skills on your resume. You won't be deceiving any employer. Backgammon is not just a game, but also a tool for socialization. In Azerbaijan, it unites families, neighbors, and friends. Personal example. When I was in the 7th, 8th grade, 25 years ago, I spent summers with my grandfather, who lived on the first floor of a Khrushchevka apartment block. That meant a small fenced yard in front. Every evening, men from the neighborhood gathered there. Elders played, youngsters watched and learned. But it wasn't only about the game. We absorbed philosophy, worldview, and an attitude toward life. In long backgammon, there are no backward moves, I told you. Just as in life, time cannot be turned back. Once you have taken a step, you must accept the consequences. This reflects submission to fate, accepting circumstances with gratitude rather than resentment. Usually summed up in one word, qismat, which is destiny. This is echoed in Azerbaijani proverbs as well. Do your work and the fate will do its own. What falls on your head must be borne by your legs, or even a healer can't go against fate. There is one more essential aspect of backgammon that no Azerbaijani will deny. This brings us to the second, postponed legend. An Indian Maharaja invented chess, a brilliant strategic game that wounded the pride of the Persian Shah. Not wanting to be outdone, the Shah commanded his vizier to create an answer. Thus, backgammon was born. He sent it to the Maharaja with these words: "Your game is magnificent, but in it, everything can be calculated. It is detached from reality because in real life, there is always room for luck." Indeed, in backgammon, dice or zerler in Azerbaijani play a decisive role. A weak player may defeat a strong one thanks to luck. Conversely, a strong start may still end in failure. Ancient Persian 2, Indians 0. This truth also lives in Azerbaijani proverbs. Hard work alone will only wear out your shoes. You also need luck, or sometimes even a mistake brings good fortune. There are said to be 101 variations of backgammon, but the main division is into long and short. In long backgammon, there are no hit pieces that must re-enter the board, unlike in short backgammon. It is a game of defense, patience, building walls. In short backgammon, the focus is attack, risk, and knocking out the opponent's pieces. Azerbaijanis prefer the long game. We don't want what belongs to others, but we won't give up what's ours either. If we must wait, we'll wait, but we will always reclaim what is ours. So if you truly want to understand Azerbaijanis, play long backgammon with them. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, hit the bell, leave a comment and share with your friends. By the way, this video is also available in Russian. And remember, there is no good or bad culture. There is simply another culture. Salamat kal.